We're here. We're live. We're live. We're live, baby. We're live. Another episode of our Footy Fantasy Pod. Would have been 7 Chelsea corn, but Chelsea fans are nowhere to be found. As always. Ping me. I'll send the link so that you can come and get Chelsea corn. You know.
Chelsea fans out here like they never see it coming.
This corn was specially roasted by the devil in hell. It's black all through. So.
I said no Satan football today. That's what I wrote. He said no Satan football.
Where is Idris, bro?
Hey, Idris is on our wall. I tried to get him on the podcast. He said he's nowhere to be found for now. The location is can't be confirmed. That's what Idris told me.
It's now that all of a sudden, all the family emergencies are going to pop up for Chelsea fans.
Before we go, let me introduce the guest. Itata, I think it's the first time this year since we started this season. I mean, thanks for coming on.
I think so. Yeah. Yep.
Thanks for coming on. And people always love your match reactions every time. Oga Kwame, as always, the chief match reaction man.
Yep.
I'm only here because Chelsea lost 3-0. You see they switch me. I'm just saying. if you switch me pass, if they say Newcastle will win, but we'll take that one too. It's okay.
Yeah. Hola, resident Liverpool fan. Thanks for joining as always.
Across specialist in the house. Thanks for welcoming me. And sorry for causing PTSD with this my jersey. This was what we wore when we smashed United 5-0 last season. Just putting it out there. I'm sorry. Disclaimer: if you need to see your psychotherapist, if you need to see your psychiatrist, I'm so sorry. But this jersey is going to be on throughout the show.
Just off him from this.
Off mic.
I've issued disclaimer. So I've said I'm sorry in advance.
But Ayo, in light of the recent okra you guys have been serving, we will appreciate some okra tomorrow. If you don't mind.
Fresh one. We'll take it.
You take it.
Yeah, even if there is no swallow, we'll just lick it like that.
Okra and eba with 2 roundabouts. I'm good.
10 roundabout.
Before we go into Man United Liverpool preview, we'll leave that towards the end of the show. As people can see, it's called the Relegation 6-pointer tomorrow. Of our Manchester United. Before we get there, let's talk about some of the things that are popping everywhere. United based. Nobody wore United jersey. Wow, look at these United fans. I'm the host.
Well, before you go, Nigeria's under 20 women. They're playing in I think 3 hours. So I'm supporting the Nigerian ladies today.
Convenient excuse.
Yeah. Nation first.
Italy won the Euro 2020 in Wembley Stadium, so I'm still celebrating it.
Yeah. So Nigerian fans, please, African fans, go out, support our girls. Let's beat Netherlands and get in the semis.
Yeah. Fair play.
Yeah.
Ayo, what is your excuse for wearing the Germany jersey? We are waiting.
I'm not the host, I'm trying to I need neutral color. I can wear black,
Yeah.
I'm mourning the demise of Chelsea. That's my excuse.
Oh, okay.
Nicely done. Well done. Yeah. Chelsea fans will come for you. You guys are
Germany too, so I feel you.
Yeah. You guys have moved on from Arsenal fans to Chelsea fans now. Okay. No, I'm not there. I didn't say anything.
See, the Arsenal situation, and Water go find a level. Water will always find its level. So
we'll get there. Let's not get up.
Let's just give it time.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah. They're like elephants that's on top of a tree. We know what happened.
Exactly. You know what will happen.
Let's dive in. Let's actually ask from outside looking in. Of course, if anybody has been hiding under a rock, Glazers are under pressure. There are rumors coming out that Jim Ratcliffe, is interested in buying a minority stake, and they said the Glazers are open to selling the minority stake. The other rumors that came out, of course, allegedly, don't know if it's confirmed. Glazers' kids are open to selling. Multiple sources, tier 1 sources, Athletic, The Times, have reported that the kids, apart from Joel and Avram, the remaining kids are open to selling their stake. So let's actually ask an outsider looking in before I talk to the United fans. Let's ask Ola looking in. What are your thoughts? You think they really want to sell, considering that you have been through something?
Yeah,
difficult. been through something similar. With Hicks and Gillette. What are your thoughts about the Glazers? If they really want to sell?
With Hicks and Gillette, they got forced out, so that's the difference. And it's slightly different also because United are not. You guys are not defaulting on all the payments that the Glazers have taken. At that point, right. Hicks and Gillette were defaulting on payments, so the banks had to step in, and they were like, "You guys, you can't make your payments." So it went to court, and luckily we had Martin, I think Broughton, his name was. He was from Chelsea. He was a Chelsea fan actually. So he took over, and in that situation, they forced Hicks and Gillette. They said, "We're going to find buyers. We're going to find buyers for this club, for Liverpool." So that's how we got them out. But of course, we had a lot of protests like you guys. We also protested there. It was so terrible because what they were doing was similar to Glazers. They were taking money out of the club, like any dividends. They didn't put in their own money. They leveraged like Glazers did. They didn't put in their own money. True, they spent some money, but that money was not their money. So that's the difference. People are saying, okay, yeah, United are spending. It's true. United are spending, but that money is actually money leveraged against United. Yeah. So that's when you guys get angry, I understand it as a Liverpool fan because we went through similar. Now the difference is maybe that money that they spent has not been spent wisely. It has not been spent wisely for United. Maybe there's been no coherent plan because you can say that scattergun approach. In the last week, you guys have been linked to like 15, 20 players. So that's maybe where the issue is. But it still boils down to the Glazers because if they put proper people in charge, there will be no scattergun approach, because they don't really care about football, maybe. So they're not bothered as long as United are raking in the money and they can take out their dividends. Now, in answer to your question, I don't think they want to sell. I don't think they want to sell. I think they want to do the minority stake because they still want to hold on. United is it's like a favorable cash cow for these guys, They're not just going to give up because some thousands of fans are protesting at Old Trafford. The only way you can force them out is if the matter ever went to court, maybe if they defaulted on payments, which is what happened luckily for Liverpool. But Liverpool were actually under threat of bankruptcy and deduction of points. It was like basically we're going to relegation. It was that bad. Many people won't remember, but it was that bad. So we got lucky because we got somebody who was brought in who managed to force those guys out. But even after they forced them out, they took us to court. Hicks and Gillette took Liverpool to court. Yeah. And they fought it out in court, but then they lost again. So they wanted to get the club back from FSG. They wanted to. So I don't think the Glazers want to sell up. These people are billionaires for a reason. They don't give up on easy cash. To them, they're taking money out of United. They're not fixing your stadium. I keep hearing this from your fans. Your stadium is in disrepair. These guys don't care. They're just diverting funds to their pockets. And even though, it's true, you guys are spending money. It's true, you spent a lot of money over the past few years. But that money is not Glazers' money. It's still money they're leveraged. So when people say United are spending, they don't really understand the nuance of saying they're spending. It's not the Glazers putting in their own money, and they're taking money out of the club. So I understand why you guys are protesting because we went through the same thing. But I just don't think they'll give it up, I don't think they'll sell the whole club. I think they'll just sell a minority and want to hold on to power because it's easy cash for them. It's easy cash for them.
Okay, good thoughts, good points. Oga Kwame, what are your thoughts?
Yeah,
I think somebody left a comment. It's another false down. Y'all can wrap it up fairly quickly. Whoever that is, put your comment. Let's see.
Put your name so that we can know how to throw you. So we can know how to No, but honestly, I agree with everything Ayo said. Ola said. I didn't know. I didn't even know that the process of selling Liverpool to FSG was that complicated. I didn't know about the bankruptcy, the looming bankruptcy, and I didn't know about the post-sale lawsuit. So if that happened to Liverpool, I can only imagine how difficult it will be to get the Glazers out of United. But if there is ever a time, right, to get these guys out, it is probably now. This is the best shot we'll get at it because now there are buyers who are ready, willing, and able to take over the club from them. I don't think, at least in the last, decade, when the Glazers have been like under pressure, I don't think we've ever had any billionaire come out and openly I know Elon Musk said some stupid rubbish, but there hasn't been anybody serious enough to come out and say, look, I'm interested. I understand that out of the 5 siblings, 3 of them are willing to sell, and it's Avram and Joel who are not. They're still holding on. They're still holding on. I think I'm hoping that those 3 siblings can sell to like an outside party. If they can sell to an outside party, well, then that makes the process. It makes it easier in the future to eventually push Joel and Avram out. But again, Joel and Avram, they probably have priority. They probably have right of first refusal to buy to buy out their siblings. So honestly, I don't think they want to sell. I don't think it will happen. I honestly think this is just it's all talk. And what's even worse is this. I'm hearing that the Glazers are trying to pull one of the levers that Barcelona pulled to refurbish our stadium. They're trying to raise 200 million pounds to refurbish Old Trafford, and they're not doing that by actually putting money in it. They're selling TV rights for the next 25 years. That's what they're thinking about. So like, how bad can it get? Like, these guys are actually, when we talk about taking the piss, these guys are absolutely taking the piss. 2 weeks ago, we're not linked to Casemiro. 2 weeks ago, we're not talking about reviving the Anthony bid. All of a sudden, now, bro, 2 weeks ago, we're talking about Arnautovic. Have you guys forgotten? We're talking about Arnautovic. We're talking about Adrian Rabiot, But all of a sudden, now we're spending 70 million on Casemiro. We're talking about 100 million euros for Anthony. That's not even, no players worth that much. At least definitely not Anthony. But that just shows you how far they will go to hold on. But look, get him out by any means.
Okay.
Legal.
By any legal means, I like that. Let's not take anybody out illegally. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Fortunately for the Glazers, they were able to, where is it, 15, 17 years ago, stumble on this generational wealth.
Yeah.
Whoever had the planning and foresight for them did a good job.
Yes.
However, my only hope is on this. There is usually that saying that whatever is on the land is the owner's property.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester United is not in Tampa, it's in the UK. It's only a matter of time. It might not be in the next 10 years, might not be in the next 20 years, but this thing with this level of toxicity and hatred is not dislike.
Yeah.
You cannot continue to survive in this sort of ecosystem for that long. At some point, something is going to give, and it won't be the owners of the land who are going to give up. That's my. It's like the last resort of hope. We may talk about all of these financial pulleys pulling this and strings, but I'm telling you, what is on the land of the owner is the property of the owner of the land. Period. And it's just a matter of time it's going to come through. But they've stumbled of generational wealth. I don't see, like Ola said, I don't see them selling anytime soon. But I don't know what the shelf life of this ownership is. It might not be as long as we think.
Okay, that's a good point. I agree. Let's comment before I add mine and jump off this. Someone says the time is now. I feel like this is like a popular quote from like a.
I know. Please put your name so this can be truly interactive.
Okay, so for me, I mean, we all know the reasons why the Glazers are unpopular, right? It's been like leverage buyouts are so terrible that leverage buyouts are now illegal right now.
Yeah,
they're not.
They didn't allow it for Chelsea. A few months ago,
are not illegal just because of the problems. United, like Ola mentioned, Hicks and Gillette, they're illegal now because I think that was part of the thing that kind of got Bolton in trouble, if I remember correctly. Not sure about that, but leverage buyouts are illegal now. So essentially to the Glazers, right? Manchester United is just a revolving debt facility to them. They got this asset, huge asset, did a leverage buyout, passed the debt onto the club, and they're now getting money out. They're getting out revenue from the club to pay the debt and pay themselves dividend. That's one of the craziest schemes that was ever allowed. It's like when you think about that very well, it's right when you think of just from like finance, from a pure basic finance level, that you take an asset, you buy an asset, didn't really prop up any cash, front load debt on the asset, you take out money for the asset, finance the debt as much as you can, in quotes, finance the debt. Just the most minimum payment every year, and the interest keeps climbing up because you're paying payments and you're taking out dividends to pay yourself. It's really crazy when you think about it. And it's been going for so long that right now the debt, when they took over in 2005,
is the same.
It's the same. Right. I mean, that is incredible.
And,
when you think about
it. We've paid £1.5 billion to service that debt in those 17 years. Like, and when people say Manchester United is not even run as a good business, let alone a good football club, this is why.
This is the reason why.
All basic business principles and still make money. That's why they're not run as a good business.
Correct. I agree. Let me take comments. I'm seeing some comments about they need the money to service their debt. Correct. The Glazers should. However, David Gill is the culprit, but the Glazers will definitely take the fall because it's there. It's theirs. Who is this? Put your name. Okay. Sounds like that. Nothing wrong with LBO deals. Folks have this for ages. The club is just batting around. No, nobody's saying anything's wrong with it. But the problem is football as a sport, is different from regular like finance, because especially the fact that you need to put money into the club. You need to do that. You need to put money in the club. Someone says Yomi. Okay, thanks for it. You need to put money into the club. I mean, it's not about. I know about LBO.
And the truth is, there are many examples of owners that bought clubs without doing leverage buyout. Look at FSG didn't do a leverage buyout when they got Liverpool. They didn't have to. Okay, it's true. We complain that the FSG are not putting in enough money of their own money, but at least they put in some money at the beginning of their own money. Some of them we had debts accumulated to them, but it was not a leverage buyout, and it can be run successfully without doing a leverage buyout. It's morally wrong. Look at where you explained it. You loaded debt onto a club, and then you're still taking the money and using it to finance that debt, and then you're not paying yourself dividends. It just doesn't sound right, and I'm happy to even know that it's illegal now, because it's crazy. It's crazy. Why would you allow that for a football club? But the thing is, the main question I wanted to ask you guys was this Jim Ratcliffe guy. He was interested in that's Yannicka. Good. City was not a leverage buyout either. So that's another thing. You see, you don't have to be a leverage buyout to be successful.
It is the Sugar Daddy Club. Let's get it right.
Sugar Daddy Club.
So the other thing I wanted to add was the fact that in 2012 they refinanced. That's what makes it crazy. They refinanced when they floated. They refinanced 2012, floated on the stock exchange. But guess what happened? The profits, they split it between themselves. They didn't put the money back into the club. Like what the Glazers have done it's borderline criminal. It really is borderline criminal. They were able to hire a bunch of financial people, find out all the loopholes that they can pass, and just share the money while the club just keeps going down. So, go ahead.
But that's what I wanted to ask you guys. This Jim, I know it's like the richest man in the UK, Jim Ratcliffe. Yeah. But what's his plan? Is he trying to do a leverage buyout? And also, why did it take him losing out on the Chelsea sale before saying, okay, now I want to buy United? Because I posted one article that I saw that he was like, oh, United, I won't touch them with a pole, or they're badly run 3 years ago. But now suddenly he's like, okay, yeah, I want to buy United. So I'm just wondering what's going on there. What plans does he have? Is it because, okay, it's true, he's a United fan, or is it because he thinks you guys are easy money? That's what I want to know.
So let me explain what the plan is. You want to say something? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Aya.
This plan generally, yes, you're right. He said United is a poor investment. Like 2 years, I think it was like 2 years ago. He said that, because of course the stock price was tanking at the time. But what he plans to do is go in, get minority stake, and go in with a private equity firm. We also have to be careful when we say we want Glazers out, because we can go from fry pan to fire, like literally. Yeah, it could go worse. It's true, because private equity are sharks. These people are sharks. Like Milan were just lucky that over time, it has kind of worked out. The guys that took over Milan for a while, the way they were running the club, it was kind of weird. They were just lucky that over time they were able to invest in youth. So the point I'm trying to say is he's going in trying to get minority stake. That minority stake is going to go in with the private equity firm that's going to analyze, and they will kind of do not leverage buyout, but whatever money they put in, like they might not put the money into the club. Like it doesn't mean if they buy those shares, all of a sudden some investment is going to come in from Ratcliffe, while Glazers still own majority. What they want to do is buy the minority and gradually build to have an aggressive takeover. Pretty much force Avram and Joel, the two Glazers who do not want to sell, force them to sell their own stock equity. So I don't know if I'm really sold on Jim Ratcliffe, to be very honest. Even though I want the Glazers out, I don't know if I'm sold on Ratcliffe. His intentions, that's the key. I'm not too sure about his intentions. Even though he's a United fan, does it really matter? Yeah. He doesn't have clear intentions on what he wants to do. Personally, I just prefer another American owner, like someone like a Todd Bowley, like what he's doing. That kind of owner that's going to come in and actually put money into the club. That's what But sadly enough, I don't think Glazers want to sell. Just like everybody said, I don't think so. They're going to do whatever they can to hold on to this debt revolving facility because it's like easy money for them. Like
it's easy money.
It is
for dividends that they can pay within themselves. Like why would they sell? Why?
There should be a new name for it. It's called Paul Beering.
like the Cameroonian president, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's that lack of investment. Yeah, so that's the problem. That's what I think. Danica, any thoughts? Or you're just happy that United? I see you on Twitter, Yannick. You're always talking smack about United. I see you on Twitter, but it's okay.
I mean, if City were in your position, you'd be like, good. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think in terms of football, I think it's very interesting because from like a UK perspective, everything that you read about football owners, when it comes to American owners, it's always quite positive. And when it's like Arab owners or non-white owners, it's always negative. And actually, if you think about it, I know the Arabs have their issues themselves, but I think in terms of what they do for football clubs, like what Sheikh Mansour has done for Man City is unreal. He's come in, he's completely changed our club. The academy went from just not being able to compete with Man United to being far superior to United in terms of like, even I've been to Man United's training ground and I've been to City's. There's a big difference between the two. And I think what he's done for Manchester in general, he's invested in the city as well. And yeah, he's done a lot for us, whereas the Glazers have come in, taken everything out, not done anything for Manchester. The training ground is pretty basic for a club the size of Man United. The women's team didn't even have a proper place to train. So if you think about what they've done in comparison to what the Sheikh's done, there's no comparison. It's completely the opposite. So yeah, I think for our owner to get a lot more stick than the Glazers doesn't make any sense really. And even things like keeping our ticket prices low, like he's kept our season tickets reasonably low in comparison and stuff like that. The Glazers are all about what they can get from the fans. So yeah, it's the complete opposite. And I think if any owner should be praised, it should be him rather than the Glazers, So I think now it's kind of got to the point where even your ex-players and sort of people in the media are now saying, oh, the Glazers need to go. So I think they will be kind of forced to sell within the next few years. I can't see them surviving. But yeah, I don't think American owners are the best for football, to be honest.
Yeah, well, Yannick, I think with of course I do agree with you. I mean, even United players, well, ex-United players, a lot of them have their kids at the City Academy. So they don't even rate, the club they played for. But when we talk about the ownership model, we see with Newcastle United, Manchester City, even PSG. These are essentially state-owned clubs, right? And the goals of a state, the goals of a government, right? When it comes to things like that, are very different from the goals of an individual or a corporation. So I guess, Sheikh Mansour has to do what he's doing for a bigger political reason. Benefiting, it's great for Manchester City. It's great for the city of Manchester, but it benefits him politically on a political/global scale. Same thing with the Qataris at PSG. Same thing with the Saudis at Newcastle. So that's why. I'm not saying we should keep.
Yeah. So just to move it on, I had to add this to the schedule. Since we were able to reach Yannicka today, finally. I had to reach out to Tiki Begistarian, reach out to Sorando. Finally, I was going to get on the schedule. So we're going to do a ad hoc Man City Newcastle review. Just talk to us about that. And what do you expect? I know that we're already 3 games into the season. What do you expect based on your signings, transfer window? Just give us a quick summary.
I thought that we'd start the season slow. I thought we would drop points in our first game. That's what I thought. We didn't do that. We actually started better than I thought. I think with City today, we were just all over the place. I think we should have scored more. I know Pope was really good today. So he deserves his flowers. He was very, very good. Really, Haaland should have had a hat-trick, but he was on point. But I just think we weren't good enough. Defensively, we weren't good. Rodri, I love him. He's my favourite player. But today, he wasn't good. Yeah, we just looked a bit all over the place. What we were trying to do wasn't working. I do think Foden should have passed at 1-0 because I think if he does, it's 2-0. And I think once we go 2-0 up, we probably have a lot more control of the game. Whereas because we let them back into it, they then had all the momentum to go on and score the second. So I think we kind of fucked it up a little bit there. In terms of how the game went, it's interesting because I thought at 3-1 it was game over, set match. I thought City would not get back into it. So for us to actually come back and get to 3-3, that's not something that City have been doing historically. So I think the way the game went, I think we deserved a point. I don't think we deserved 3. And I just think both defences were a bit of a shambles, apart from Pope. I thought Pope had a good game, but everyone else, I just think they were a bit of a shambles, to be honest. So it wasn't a good game from City, but I mean, I think we'll be okay going forward because on another day, I think we score more goals than we did. So I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think just to add to that, I think it wasn't much of more Rodri, because I think Rodri was excellent.
Yeah.
I think the problem is in transition, he was so isolated, right? Gundogan was almost playing like a false 9. I'm like, bros, what are you doing? Haaland is already here. This is the last season. It was too far forward. So every time you guys got caught in transition, there was only every time. That's what I saw. I was like, why is Gundogan so far up? Like who is the midfield? Everybody was far up. Like Gundogan was almost playing false 9. He was a 7. But Silva was there. I'm like, okay, but who is the midfield? Like,
no, there was no midfield.
It was only Rodri. So that's what I thought happened. So it was just got in trying to track 2-3 runners every time. And I thought Pep was going to make adjustment, but it almost felt like there was some smack of arrogance. No, Newcastle played extremely well, to be fair.
We couldn't handle St. Maximum at all.
Yeah, it was a smoke. It was a smoke. But I thought Pep would have made adjustments regarding okay, you don't need to go forward. We already have Haaland. He just kept bombing forward and left Rodri in isolation. I thought that was probably the main issue in the game, in my opinion. Do you want to talk about expectations going forward for City?
I mean, every season, I think we're kind of expected to win the league and do well in the Champions League, if not win it. That's what the expectations are. I do think we should be winning the league. I want to win 3 in a row. I think only United have done it.
We know why.
Yeah. I think what it is with City, I like the fact that we're breaking records that people don't have. So, excuse Excuse me.
Bless you. See,
in order for us to get 4 in a row, which has never been done, we need to get 3 in a row first. So yeah, I think I would, if I had to pick one trophy this season, it would be the Premier League. Even though we do need a Champions League, I'd still pick the Prem.
You have to win the Champions League, though, Yannicka.
Yeah, I think we'll have to see how the season goes. I think this season's going to be interesting because I was saying earlier, Man City's best period is usually over Christmas.
Correct.
Sort of January. That's where we're usually our best, and that's what normally sets us apart from the rest of the league, so we can go on and win it, even if we drop points after that. And that's what happened last season. We got in a position where even though Liverpool were able to get back into it, we'd still had enough points to see us over the line. So I think with City, with the World Cup now, it's right in the middle of where we're normally at our best. So it's how we recover from after the World Cup. And we're going to have a lot of players that are playing in the World Cup, apart from Haaland. I think everyone else is pretty much going. So it's going to be interesting to see how we are in comparison to other teams where maybe not as many of their players go. Because I know Liverpool have quite a few players that aren't going. So we'll have to see how it goes. For now, I would say I expect us to win the league because I always think we should. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. We can't be dropping points, in like back-to-back games. So as long as we go on a winning run now, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Good points. Just because of time, I just taking Yannicka's thoughts on City and we'll move on to Liverpool. Ola, is Liverpool out of the title race, or it's too early to say that? let us hear.
It's all over. It's all over. Give the league City already, please. Save us all the pain, please.
That's not my thing.
Oh, okay. Arsenal, yeah, the Invincibles 0.2. Invincibles 2.0. Invincibles 2.0. It's the draws are annoying for me. I prefer, because I think the 2 times Liverpool pushed City, all the way to the final day where we lost by 1 point. We actually lost fewer games than City on both occasions, but we drew too many games. And that's why it's annoying when you start drawing. It's better to just lose 1 and win 1, basically, instead of just drawing 2. It's basic mathematics, And those 2 draws, they're different kind of performances. The first game was woeful. Like Fulham outplayed us, outran us, outfought us. That was a terrible performance. I think we were even lucky to get a draw in that game. But the second game, I think Liverpool played well against Palace. But the issue was we didn't score the first goal. And then you let Zaha run through, which was always going to, because we had Nat Phillips at the back, our fifth choice centre-back, who is a bit slow. He's good, but he's slow. And Zaha just targeted him the whole game. And that goal was coming because they tried it twice. And you were like, okay, these people are going to do this again. But then they did it and scored. And immediately they went 1-0 up. That's the thing with Palace. Palace are an awkward team to play against. City will say the same thing, because I think they've beaten City at their tier like twice in the last few years. They're just an awkward team. When they go ahead, they can eat you on the break. So I was happy Liverpool got a point out of that, because playing 10 against 11, they even dominated that match. So I was happy they showed fight. But then the big problem is we're going to Old Trafford when United just lost. They just lost a big game. Like Klopp said, it would have been better if United won that match, because now you guys are going to be super motivated. I don't think people are just, I've seen so many memes, Liverpool are going to smash them over there. That's not the way football works, man. These people are professional pride. Your team might not be very coherent. You might not be like this most solid of teams, but professional pride always takes stage at this stage. I mean, basically, these guys are not going to want to lose Liverpool 3 times in a row. They're going to die there, basically. Your players, you guys will be surprised. You guys are going to fight. You see your players will fight tomorrow. The quality might not be there, but you guys are going to fight tomorrow. So that's why I think, of course, Liverpool are favorites to win that game, but I wouldn't be surprised if we are served okra again tomorrow. Okra for the 3rd time in a row. And if we draw tomorrow, I just think, it will be difficult because that's too many draws. We drew, I think, 7 games last season. If we draw tomorrow, that's 3 draws already. And we have 35 games to go. It will be difficult. That means we have to win like 30 games out of 35 just to stand a chance. It's crazy. The league has gone crazy. You have to be winning at least 30 games every season, at least 30 before you can even say, okay, I want to draw 2 or 3. So yeah, in answer to your question, the league is not gone, but tomorrow, if we don't win, that's 3 draws. That's too much, unless City keep drawing. So I think City are playing at home next, and I still think City are the team to beat. Arsenal are on top, but City are the team to beat at the moment. Chelsea, surprisingly, I would have put Chelsea as title contender, but they look surprisingly fragile, and they don't have a goal scorer. So that's always a good problem. They don't have somebody who's going to consistently score goals. So I understand why they're chasing Aubameyang. But at the back, they look very fragile today. I don't know. Leeds just ran through them so easily. Maybe they miss Kante. Kante didn't play today, so maybe they miss Kante in that regard. But City are still the team to beat. And if City are like 8 points ahead by Christmas, forget about it. That's my barometer. Immediately City start getting like close to double figures ahead of you, they're difficult to catch. You might close the gap, but they're difficult to catch.
Okay, good point. Very, very good point. Anybody want to have any extra thought about that? So I'll move on to the next topic.
Yeah, pretty
much. You guys don't believe you can get a draw tomorrow? Come on.
We're going to talk about the which United preview. We're going to do a whole Any thoughts?
No, I think Ola has pretty much said it all.
So, Itata, what are your thoughts on our man Casemiro?
Casemiro. Well, to be honest, I'm happy. I'm happy that it's a good signing. I mean, we've been crying for a DM since maybe 35 years ago. It's been a running issue. Let's get a DM. It's a good signing. But you know what? Like I said, we were having a discussion. The EPL happens to everyone. So Casemiro will come in and learn quick. He'll come in and learn quick. It's a good addition to the team. But if you're getting Casemiro, what's the plan now? Casemiro is supposedly, as a footballer, between the ages of like 27 to like 32 is the peak of your powers. You're getting Casemiro right there. He's 30. What plans do you have for Casemiro for the next 2-3 years? Talking about United being a poorly run club, I know there are no plans in place for Casemiro. No. Is someone going to be an understudy? Are we going to get a profile of midfielders that will work with him the next 2 years? Is there a transition plan for whoever is going to be the next number 6 after Casemiro? What if he gets injured that takes him out 2 months? All of these things, I don't know if United are ready for it. Him as a signing, good. What plans do we have surrounding Casemiro? None. So as much as I'm happy we're getting a good footballer, I'm also like, I'm treading cautiously because I know what our club can possibly do. Casemiro may probably come back, get into the team, and then something crazy like maybe the next week, Harry Maguire is given 5 extra years with a brand new contract and improved weekly wage. We act like that, So I'm just, as much as I'm happy, I'm waiting on the downer. What are they going to do?
The guy became immediately.
What are they going to do? United don't plan at all. I'm happy. We are going to get a little impact on the field. I'm happy Ten Hag is the coach. He may be forced to work with the bare minimum, but I can guarantee you there are no plans after Casemiro. So, I'm happy for the buy, but that's about it.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, Kwame.
I think this Casemiro deal is honestly yet another example of United negotiators having their pants pulled in the transfer market. I think we have Casemiro is turning 31 in February, and we have paid £70 million for him, and we have made him effective.
Euros, 70 million.
No, it's pounds. Fabrizio Romano said it's £60 million plus £10 million add-on.
Okay.
Yeah. At least that's what Fabrizio said, and Fabrizio is the god of transfer. And we're making him effectively, one of the most paid the highest paid players in the league. Now, while that in itself is a criminal criminal act by Manchester United, one of many in the last few years, I think it would have been more criminal not to do it. That's how bad the state of Manchester United is. It would have been more criminal to leave Ten Hag with the McFred sandwich. The same McFred sandwich we've been eating since the second year of Mourinho.
For 4 years.
Jose Mourinho. Yeah. And it almost looked, because we got, I mean, I'm not comparing Nemanja Matic and Casemiro in terms of ability or anything, but we got Matic as a DM, right? And he was 30 years old, I believe, when we got him. We effectively got Matic on his last legs. I hope we're not doing the same with Casemiro. I believe that Casemiro maybe has 1 or 2 years left at the top level. But again, this is United. But still, like I said, it would have been worse to leave Ten Hag with McFred. Now, with regard to another reason why it's hard for me to be excited again, because this just looks like another example of lack of planning. Now, if Casemiro was the plan 2 months ago, I would have been okay, right? If we did this 2 months ago, I would have been okay. The fact that I was linked with Rabiot and Arnautovic 2 weeks ago, after eating breakfast served by Brentford and Brighton, right? And now,
easier games. There were supposed to be 2 easier games. Those are
exactly. And all of a sudden we're getting, it just hits me different. I wish him all the best, honestly. I'm also kind of skeptical. Because we know what Ten Hag football is, right? High press, keep the ball, all those things, play out from the back. Does Casemiro, what and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. What I know about Casemiro is I know he's a destroyer, he's a screener. His sense of positioning is good. He breaks. I mean, he intercepts passes and is a good tackler.
And can rifle from 30, 40 yards.
Exactly. Yes. I'm not sure if he's a presser. I'm not sure if he's I think his medium range passing is decent. I don't know if he's essentially what I'm trying to say is this. We still need a baller next to him, right? Somebody who can carry the ball out. His job is there to plug the unplugged holes in the midfield, especially when the other team is in transition. But in terms of we need a De Jong next to him, right? And we need somebody who can carry the ball out, who can take the ball from the defender and begin an attack right from that position next to Casemiro. So again, I hope he blends well. I hope we find some kind of partner for him, and I'm looking forward to it, even though I'm scared.
Okay. Ola, outside looking in, any quick thoughts about Casemiro?
Yeah, good player. I don't think the age should be too relevant. We got Thiago at 30 years old too, so you'll probably get 2-3 good seasons out of him. I think he's needed. You guys need somebody who can spoil things, make those tactical fouls. Yeah. But Oga Kwame is spot on, because what's the plan? Like Itata also asked, what's the plan then? Because it's one thing getting Casemiro, but that's not the end of your midfield problems. You still have McFred. Yeah. So okay, I know Eriksen is there now. So unless you're playing Eriksen next to him and maybe then play Bruno a bit further up front. So we just have to see what the plan is, because that's not the end of the story. Buying Casemiro is not the end of the story. You still have to have the balance right. And I think he's good. I actually think it's a step in the right direction. It's just okay. Like we say back home in Nigeria, that's wuru wuru to the answer. Basically, you guys just do wuru wuru to the answer, man.
You didn't show
okay. You didn't show your work. You just found a way to get to the answer, because like you guys have rightly said, this was not in the plan. 2 weeks ago, we didn't hear anything about Casemiro. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, we stumbled upon this guy. Let's get him. So that's the difference. But I think it's going to be a good signing, actually, because you need somebody like that. We got Fabinho in for that reason. You need somebody with a bit of steel, because even Fabinho is not even the quickest player, but he intercepts, he anticipates danger, he's there to plug those holes, like Kwame was saying. You need a player like that, but then you still need players around him who are going to be the ballers, basically. The guys who are going to progress the ball. So I think the age for me is not relevant because footballers are playing to 34, 35. They're playing well. Look at Modric. Look at him. Look at Modric. Yeah. That midfield is balling hard. And Casemiro, I think his injury record is quite good. He doesn't get injured a lot. So, I don't think the age is relevant at this time. I think 30 years old, you probably get 3-4 good years out of him. But what's the plan? What's the plan along with buying it? That's the main thing.
Agreed.
And please, just to add, talking about being criminal, we've technically replaced Lingard with Eriksen. We've replaced Matic now with Casemiro. We still need to replace Pogba and Mata. Yep. If we don't, that's criminal.
Facts.
Correct. Absolutely. I like as you address that. And I'm just going to talk about two things. First, to correct Kwame, I'm looking at the Athletic. It's 70 million euros.
Okay, euros. Okay.
Yeah, 60 million. Then 10 million add-ons. So I'll talk about tactics. Like tactically, when I look. Wait.
Are you saying 70 million and then 10 add-ons to make it 80 or
60 million euros?
Okay.
Then 10 million add-ons. So it's euros.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Talking about tactics, I want to focus on tactics. Where has Casemiro thrived, right? Under who? Zidane and Ancelotti, pretty much. Yeah. What are managers were there? They were counter-attacking managers, right? They were counter-attacking managers. Yes, Real Madrid have Cruz and Modric that can keep the ball, but they are not. My point is, they are not a possession-based system team. He has never played on a heavy possession-based manager, and that is so critical in build-up play. It's so critical. He has never had to go and pick the ball. The times that they've done it, just by playing at the back. If you want to watch it, just watch Real Madrid games. Is it a Cruz or Modric?
Modric.
He's never the one picking up the ball from the back. Never. You've never seen. When they are building for the back, Casemiro is always forward for a reason, for a clear reason. So the point I'm trying to say is now it looks like Ten Hag has gone, okay, I need to plug goals for the season, which is fine. Short-term goals lead to long-term goals. I'm 100% in that. But now how does he want to adjust going forward, in my opinion? Because he wants the ball. He said he's not changing his philosophy. We know that. All of a sudden, Ten Hag is not all of a sudden going to become a counter-attacking manager. He's not going to do that. He's going to stick to his philosophies, right? Whilst they adjust his players. So what does that mean? We definitely need a progressor. We absolutely need not just a progressor now. This is why I keep coming to everybody. We need a right back and another goalkeeper. It is not going to work with Dalot and David De Gea. It's clear now. It's not going to work. We can't keep going long, because now everybody already knows that. Oh, okay. We know we're going to press. We're going to press the people that can try to play Eriksen there. Yes, he's good on the ball, but Eriksen it doesn't play that deep at this age. Especially back to goal. He's not going to do that.
Yeah.
So the problem is they know the people they will leave. They'll just leave the right to Dalot open. So we need to replace our right back. That triangle needs to be replaced. If you've gotten Casemiro, you need to replace the right back. You need to replace the keeper. If you want to build, or they just throw away the season. If they say they want to try Eriksen, but they're going to throw this is going to be thrown away. I'm being serious. If you don't replace the right back and keeper, we're throwing away the season. Meaning we're not caring about where we finish. And I'm fine with that. As long as we're throwing away the season like Arsenal did for 2 seasons in a row for a long-term plan. It's okay to throw away the season. I'm very okay with that. As long as there's a long-term plan in place. But now, when I see the next signings we're trying to get, it makes me look, are you really throwing away the season when you want to pay 80 million or 100 million euros for Anthony? Why do we need to do that now? Why? I like Anthony as a buy. Let's be clear. I really do.
Yeah.
With 500 million euros, why are we not buying more midfielders? Why are we not buying a right back? Why are we not changing David De Gea? Why are we not buying 50 million and going to Brighton and say we want Sanchez? Or go to Brentford and say, give us David Raya. Why are we not doing something like that? Or whatever ball a keeper that's very good at his feet and he's just good in short stopping. Why are we not doing that? I don't understand that. If we have 100 million, that's the part I'm talking about. Why not try to correct the emergency positions right now? We have critical positions that we need to correct it so that you can build. It's easier for managers to build from a stable foundation. So
exactly.
Especially in Manchester United, because we know Manchester United fans are not going to take 8th position. Finish. We are saying this now. If United finishes 8th, there will be some calls for Ten Hag to be fired.
Yes.
Because what people are going to do we have spent 250 million. They will not look at where was replaced though. People just look at the money. 250 as spent, fire him. How can I spend and finish 8th? That's what everybody's saying. How can I spend with Ronaldo in the squad and finish 8th? Nobody's looking at the positions that is critical to how the manager wants to play. That's what I'm going to say about that. We need to go and replace those positions instead of spending money, scattergun approach.
Especially on that goalkeeper issue, Ayo. It's very big. I was one of the ones that was like, goalkeeper is not a priority. It is under this manager.
It is.
Look, shot stopping comes standard on any goalkeeper right now.
Right.
At least to a moderate level. It's like buying a car, tire comes standard. You know, or the driver's seat. You don't have to buy extra seat, right? That's standard stuff that comes with any goalkeeper these days. Now, can you play with your feet? Can you command your area? De Gea does not check those boxes.
And that's the big problem. That's the big problem.
It's a huge problem.
Our giant of a defender beside him, Lisandro Martinez, is a giant, you know. I was trolling Chelsea today. Koulibaly is Premier League.
It's too tough for the Premier League.
I'm an actual guest. Anyway, but it's true. Like, you know, so those things matter. See Pope today. If Pope wasn't commanding his area, that game,
he would have been pumped. He would have been pumped. Yeah.
He was winning all the balls in the air. You know, those are the little things that day has to go. He has to. I'm there now. I know Chucky was riding this train. I was very half an hour, but now fully there. From last season, I was there. Like, he has to go. Yeah, we cannot do this anymore. We can't keep doing it.
But to be honest, it's not even about the evolution of football. If you trace back successful teams, okay, for instance, Man United, Schmeichel and Van der Sar, they commanded their box and they were good with their feet, 100%. So it's not even about evolution. I think it is critical to have a good keeper who can do those things. Like Oga Kwame said, the basic things shouldn't be what is sold.
Yeah.
It's the added on things that need to be there. Yeah. You know, be good with your feet. Look at it like Olad, their goalkeeper, Allison. He plays like he's a sweeper.
Yeah, he pretty much.
Same thing with Ederson. You know, Manuel Neuer. You can go down the list. Even Ochoa for Mexico.
True. Yeah.
You know, you don't even need to. I know Ramsey at Arsenal.
Minor safe keeper. When team that is easy makes it look difficult. That's the one I always
even our brother at Chelsea is also. I forget about today. He's also good with the feet. He commands his area. Is big. You know. But there is like corners come, he goes with his pinky to point out the corner. Don't do that, you know.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this goalkeeper we're linked with, Jan Sommer?
I like him. Get him right now.
I'll take him.
That 100 million, take 30 million or 40. Go and get him. I don't know why we're trying to get Anthony for 100 million. Ajax next season he'll be available cheaper. Go and get him. Go, because Ajax won't do well this season. Champions, we know that. So all their prices of their players, they will not do well. We know this already. Go and get Jan Sommer. Why are we wasting time?
Maybe they're hesitating now because they're like, well, the guy is the highest paid goalie like in the league by far. So they're like, okay, are we going to now put this guy on the bench? He's earning 300K, 350K. Maybe it's a business decision. I'm just looking at it from that perspective. Like in their head, they're like, this guy, we're paying so much for him. Why would we need to replace him? Maybe that's why they don't want to get a new goalie. Maybe business decision.
If they're still looking at business decision at this point, with where we are, because where matches are
in trouble.
Glazers, right?
We are really in trouble.
They're in trouble. They might still stay, but if they don't make this decision, the kind of turmoil that will happen. Like I can see a really, really, really bad where we are like mid-table, 10th, 9th by Christmas, and by that time the fan base are going to, these people now, Manchester, like they've been sport for winning. They are going to go crazy. And if they think they've not seen anything, those guys will break into the stadium every day. They can break every day. Every day breaking. It's true. I don't think that is illegal. They're breaking every day. If that's what it takes.
I mean, they've broken once already.
People pulling up to a CEO's house. They pull up to anybody's house at any time. These people are crazy. Like I think Glazers don't know what they are doing. They don't know. Anyways, let's go straight to the review. Man United Liverpool preview. I said review tomorrow. Now let me just give my quick thoughts. I kind of agree with what Ola said. I think it's going to be a very drab match, but I think because Firmino is back. Ola, is that correct?
He trained twice. Yeah, but Firmino is not a threat. Firmino is not a threat again, guys. Sorry, he's not a threat again.
I know, but Firmino, he always plays well against Man United. He always does. Yeah, always does. Even if he doesn't score, he's there like causing havoc.
He's a facilitator. He's going to
exactly. He's there. As Firmino came, if it was any other like,
he's still there.
That's what I was going to say. If Firmino was out, I would have confidently said this is going to be a drab 1-1, 2-2, because I think both teams will concede, draw. But because Firmino is back, I really see Liverpool winning. But I think it's just going to be close. I see like a 2-1 win, just because I feel like United. I wish we had done this Casemiro thing earlier. I really, I think that would have been the boost needed to like maybe go for a win. But if it's still going to be Fred, McTominay, which is what he's going to play, he's going to be afraid to play Eriksen deep. That's what he's going to play. It's the McFred sandwich is coming back. You know, the undefeated sandwich is coming back. It really is. I know.
Man, they drive me nuts.
To play. I can put my money in a house on it. He's playing McFred tomorrow. That's what's going to happen. So he's going to play McFred.
So who is he dropping then? So you're thinking he's dropping Eriksen or Bruno? One of them.
I think he's probably. This is what I think.
I think he'll drop Eriksen.
I think he's dropping Eriksen. Or if Eriksen starts, he's going to play Eriksen from the wing, and Rashford is going to the bench. He'll bench Rashford, and Sancho will go to the left. Left. That's what I think. That's what I see happening. He'll play Eriksen on the right. Sancho goes to the left, and he'll play Bruno as a 10. But I see the McFred sandwich coming, just because it's a derby. He understands. Ten Hag understands like a heavy defeat, what he can do to him, the morale, the press, everything. So I think it's probably going to be like effort, passion. We're going to press, play well, try to not play well, let's be clear, but you see more effort, running, everything. But I just see like a 2-1 mistake, reading 2-1 loss. That's what I see. I hope I'm wrong. I want to see a win. I just don't see where it's coming from. I really don't. Like there's too many broken parts. When I watch the whole team, too many broken parts.
When Thiago traps that ball and gives a body feint,
he's injured.
Just one body feint.
Thiago's injured.
He's injured. That's the thing. That's why you guys. For me personally, I would have been so confident of like a really good win, but we have 0 bench options. We have like almost 10 players injured. So like the first team we're putting out tomorrow basically is the only team we have. Like the last match, we had like 3 teenagers on the bench from the academy, and we had some players who are just coming back from injury too. So that's my main worry. We have no options on the bench tomorrow because we are playing Firmino, Diaz, and Salah up front. Who is on our bench? Casemiro, 19-year-old that we just signed from Fulham. That's our next attacking option. We don't have any other attacking options. So that my fear is if it's going wrong, we can't change it from the bench. Right. So that's why I think it might end in a draw. Because I think United will come out with fights. You know, the way I see it is United will go ahead and then Liverpool fight back and get the draw. But then we will push for the win, and then we can't get the win because we have no options on the bench. Well, that's what I see it.
That is the
that's
hope.
what I think gonna happen.
That is the hope. If Liverpool scores us first, it's over.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't have 0 fight. We can't get shell talks, and our players can't use shell talks on ants. We are useless. I'm telling you, we have no fight. I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. Our players have been spoiled rotten. In the Premier League, you might not be talented, but just a little bit of effort in the right direction. Our players don't have it. Marcus Rashford, MBE, it must be encouraged. That's what MBE stands for, you know.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's my
He's
boy.
jogging around with 2 hands in the pocket. He's too big, you know. He lives beside Buckingham Palace. I don't need all of that, you know. I don't need all of that. We are not ready for this season. We are particularly not ready for tomorrow's game. And if Liverpool score first, it's over. We don't have the fight. We don't have the fight. We really don't have the fight.
What I'm going to say about tomorrow is this. Nothing will happen tomorrow will never happen before.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless it's 6-0. Unless it's 6-0.
Like this. I don't chop 5-0. I don't chop 4-0.
4-0.
I don't chop 4-0 from Brentford.
Yeah.
I don't chop 4-0 from Brighton last fam. It can't get worse. Now, maybe the rest of the season can get worse, but I'm talking like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cannot be worse than Liverpool has done. I mean, bro, they've given me 5.
It can be. This team continues to surprise us.
No. I hear you. But I'm talking about tomorrow specifically, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Liverpool beats us by more than 5 goals tomorrow. Right.
Amen.
Last week I predicted a 6-1 win for Liverpool. I predicted 6-1.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough.
Yeah. I predicted we were gonna lose 6-1. And that was before the Thiago injury, before the Darwin Nunez red card. And I think at that time too, Firmino was still a doubt. Thiago is still out. Firmino is back. They're still going to beat us. Like, and at worst, we're still going to get the 6-1. So, like I said, look, don't look for me tomorrow.
What's your official prediction? Let's do official predictions before we now then do all that predictions and see if Yannicka is ready to give predictions. Okay. What's the official prediction?
My official prediction for tomorrow's game is 6-1.
Come on.
6-1. Oh, you're saying 1-6.
Bruh, that's my prediction. 6-1. Move on. 6-1
to who? Who wins 6-1?
To Liverpool.
Also 1-6.
Wait. You think I'm going to predict Man United to win 6-1? I'm thinking we're losing because this is the thing. I'm going to say Maguire again. I'm going to say McFred. I'm going to see that here. Maybe the only change that will happen is I think he might remove Luxor and put in Malacia. Okay. But it's going to be the same thing. 6-1. That's it.
Yannicka, what's your prediction? United.
I'm hoping for a 3-3 draw. It's not going to be a draw. I think Man United are going 0 points in 3 games. I don't think it's going to be like a 6-0 or anything daft like that. I think it'll be probably like 2-0 Liverpool. But I think they will beat you. But I think it'll be close in scoreline anyway. Yeah. I hope not, obviously.
You hope not? Oh, because you want them to draw points, right?
Yeah.
That's even worse. The fact that you want United to win because you are not a threat doesn't mean anything long term. We are down bad. Itata, give me some hope, Itata.
Well, the name of my hope is hopelessness. To be honest, so it depends. It actually depends on the first 11.
Okay, fair enough.
Now it depends on that lineup. I think we're still going to lose if we put out the right lineup. It might be 2-1, 3-1. But if that guy they call a fridge plays in central defense, and we concede early, it might be 6-1. I don't think we are going to win or draw. I think if we put out the right lineup, it might be 3-1, 2-1. But if the starting lineup is wrong and we have Maguire playing in central defense and we concede early, that's 6-1.
I agree. And I think the only way we don't concede early is this. He needs to drop Maguire, he needs to drop Marcus Rashford, and he needs to drop McFred.
Yeah.
Because if he drops those people, I think we still lose, but I think we lose more honorably. We see some kind of football. We see something that looks like Ten Hag ball.
Big
but
man.
If those guys are still there, bruv, we are eating that breakfast. I think the match is starting at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. time. You will chop breakfast. I'm telling you.
But a Man City fan and a Liverpool fan listening to United fans in this particular state of despair, I don't even think I need to win tomorrow for me to be so happy because like 15, 20 years, you guys were rubbing it in our faces. But for you to get to this stage where you're even happy to lose 2-1, 3-1 at home. Wow. I'm mad. Thank God for letting me see this era.
We are honest at least.
If me, I was a child, I didn't have money to rub it in your face very well. If I had money, if we're winning right now, bro, I will fly to wherever you are and rub it in your face.
Official prediction.
Liverpool might win 2-1 if we score first. But if United score first, it's going to end in a draw. If United score first, your crowd are going to get fired up. Your players will get confidence. I don't see Liverpool win if United score first. It will end in a draw. So, but I think we might sneak it. But I just have the feeling that your players, you guys, I know you are so down on your players. Those guys have professional pride. There's something called professional pride. You can't want to lose to Liverpool 3 times in a row at Old Trafford. Yeah, man. They want to fight. This is a big match. I think that the quality might not be there tomorrow, but your players are going to show up and fight tomorrow. I can guarantee you that. They won't want to lose 5-0, 4-0. 3 times in a row. What? It's not going to happen. Even if we win.
Let me ask you a question. Who defender is fit beside who is playing beside Van Dijk?
We have Nat Phillips fit. Oh no, Gomez is back now. Gomez was injured for the last game. Matip is out. Konate is out.
Well.
So Gomez,
that's what I'm telling you. We have a lot of injuries. People are not talking about it. Though it's not an excuse because our first team is still strong. But we have a lot of injuries.
Diaz, Firmino, and Salah. Yeah, right.
I've changed my
mind. As long as they don't start, then I have hope. If 3 of them start, we are getting it. We will get it.
Luis Diaz still is fit, right?
He is fit, yeah. But it doesn't score a lot.
He will cut in, and Dalot will be backpedaling, and he's going to rifle that top corner.
I've changed my prediction.
You're changing his mind. Okay.
What?
2-2.
2-2.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Are you refresh your page and say it again? I didn't hear you.
It's not happening.
Okay, let's do other predictions. We just go around quickly. Chelsea, Leicester. I actually need to start. You know what? Next week I'll start a league actually for predictions. Let's make it fun.
Yeah, so I'll get in that league too.
Yeah, let's start that prediction league. I'll start that next week. By the way, I'll keep it as a note. Prediction league. Okay. Chelsea, Leicester. Ola.
3-1 Chelsea. 3-1.
3-1 Chelsea.
I'll say, man, there are two confused teams right now. I'll say 2-1 Chelsea.
Chelsea to nick it. Okay.
Yeah.
I got comment.
Yeah, I say 3-1 Chelsea. Brendan Rodgers in the mud. Please keep that file open.
Keep that file open. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you can, we'll just keep passing. I said 2-2.
Who?
2-2.
Oh, okay.
Man City, Palace. I will go. Man City have to recover. Palace is a good team, but Man City will be on smoke next week. I see 3-1 Man City.
2-0 City.
Okay. Ola.
2-1 City.
Tata.
4-2 City.
Ooh, wow. That's a goal.
By the way, they say Fabinho is still looking for Eze.
You'll find him on the pitch at Old Trafford tomorrow. Don't worry.
I told you should have stayed calm. Me, I'm not saying anything bad against Liverpool because I
don't matter. Arsenal, Fulham. Arsenal is on smoke, man. They look good. Top of the table, and they're having a laugh. Arsenal fans will be happy to hear that. EJ will be happy to hear that. Top of the table and having a laugh. Fulham's a good side too, though. I like Fulham. I see Arsenal going to. Arsenal look good, man. They really look good. Arsenal 2-1. That's my prediction. I hate to say Arsenal look good.
I'll say a 1-1.
1-1 draw. That's your beef. I don't think that's a clear prediction. That's like, I'm about to call it Olote. That's not Olote prediction. Okay, sorry, I'll take it. Arsenal. Okay, I'll just keep quiet, Jam. Let me keep quiet for them. Ola.
2-0 Arsenal. They're on fire.
Top of the table. Tata.
I say 3-1 Arsenal.
Oh, wow.
It's not good, man. Liverpool, Bournemouth. Liverpool have to bounce back. After drawing Old Trafford, they have to bounce back. I think they'll smoke Bournemouth. Bournemouth like they're going down. Let me just put it there. Bournemouth going down.
Yeah. No quality in that thing.
I'm calling it early. So I think 4-0 Liverpool because they have to bounce back.
Yeah.
This is July is hating from afar somewhere. So what's your prediction?
3-0.
4-0. Yeah.
4-0. Tata, Liverpool, Bournemouth are terrible, man.
Yeah, Bournemouth are terrible. I say 6-1.
Sorry, guys. I'm watching the Atalanta Milan game, and Milan just equalized. What a goal! Go ahead.
Final prediction: Southampton, Man United.
Hey,
Casemiro smoke train on without first point after our first point from against Liverpool. Casemiro got in the team. Southampton are a weird team. Really, that they like to press. St. Mary's. I think we win. I think our first win is next week. I think we win this one 3-1. First win next week.
Look at the look on Jola's face.
Take us out of the relegation zone. First week, take us out of the relegation zone next week. That's my prediction, guys. First week, 3-1. Ojola, let me hear. I got comment.
I watched Southampton against Leicester City. This man can ball.
It's a winner's name. Go and sit down somewhere.
Honestly, and we're at St. Mary's, 1-1.
This guy.
Look at the name of the stadium now, St. Mary's. Devils cannot reign.
Someone says Casemiro.
This I know be Koulibaly.
Koulibaly, please.
No, I don't see you guys winning that match, to be honest.
Oh,
I don't see you guys winning. Yeah. Why? St. Mary's and what's his name? Klopp Lights. You know, the counterfeit Klopp. He knows how to handle it. That guy, forget it. He's going to rile up his players. They're going to press your guys. They'll be in your face. You guys are drawing that match. You're not winning. You're not winning at St. Mary's.
Even Yinka agrees. Yeah.
Not good though. Okay. Itata, come on my side. Tata is always on my side.
No. We're not winning. We're not winning. I saw the game. I saw Southampton can play.
This is the relegation form. If we cannot be Southampton, where is that?
Did you beat Brighton? Did you beat Brentford?
I actually think there's a greater chance for a draw. I'm looking at 2-2, but they might beat us 2-1. Yeah, because they can play, and with United, if you can just play,
so that's 0 points. 0 points.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
Yes, it's possible.
Eric Debois.
I see a draw, but I think they might beat us.
Eric Debois. Bros, they can fire this guy. We think that play. If we don't win the fight, they'll fire Ten Hag. I don't know that's good.
So he is from a rich family. So
Oh, he is?
yeah, he's from a very wealthy family. So,
Okay, so
if they fire him, he falls back to his millions.
Hey, they go fire the guy. I'm being serious. If he doesn't win, no, jokes apart. If he does not win in 5 games, they'll fire him. They'll fire him. The pressure will be.
I don't think they fire him, honestly.
5 games?
Bro,
0
if
points?
they stuck with Oli that
I don't think. Yeah,
I don't think they
they'll
fire him. They stuck with, are you forgetting how long they
We're
stuck
not
with Oli?
relegation zone, though. We're not bottom of the table only. Never.
Nah, it don't matter, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I hope they don't, though. I hope they don't. But I just feel like 5. Nah. Casemiro is rough and full and far. I seriously don't think you prove your team. Nah, that's where I don't agree. His injury record is actually super, Samuel.
Yeah, he doesn't get injured often.
Yeah, I know. I agree. We get red card, maybe a couple yellow red cards because it's going to do a lot of work. First coach to go. Nah, we know the first coach to go. Super Frankie Lampard. That's the
Man
first.
like Frankie. Man like Frankie.
Or Rogers. It's between Rogers or Lampard.
Yeah.
Rogers or Lampard.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, let's the segment I've been waiting for. Kudos and Donkey of the week. I've been waiting for this for a reason.
Go ahead, Ayo. Then you start us off.
Yeah, I have my kudos for the week. I'll give 2 kudos. The first kudos goes to I hate giving this book kudos. That's not right. Yeah, top of the league. They're playing very good football. I mean, to be fair, their schedule has been kind, but you can only beat what's in front of you. People say that. So cool. I'll give Arteta credit for that. And all you Arsenal fans that are saying Arteta out. Remember, first season when he came. When he was playing out of the back, I praised him. I know I trolled him last year a lot, but I praised him. You guys remember that? I called it first. I'm going to claim it. I called it first. But yes, now I get some credits on a serious note. They look really good. Forget who they're playing. They look really good. They're playing really good football. Second kudos goes to my man, Patrick Vieira. You know, always. I put my man, Patrick.
Yeah.
For dunking off on aura man Steven Gerrard, you know. And when last season I said you can see Steven Gerrard's aura. Which aura? Which aura?
Steven Gerrard has more wins than Man United this season.
Hey,
stick that to your pipe.
Yes, and Gary Neville in Valencia, by the way. Just putting out there, Steven Gerrard. Aura. He's there flopping up and down. So yes, I'm happy for my man, Patrick Vieira. He's coaching the lights out of that team.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
My last kudos actually goes to the Premier League. specific. I'm praising. I'm happy for them. And the way I'm giving them kudos is for scheduling Man United on the Monday when I have a meeting. I'm so happy. I get to meet that game. I just go watch highlights. Premier League. Whoever has that, I don't remember the FA. Thank you for scheduling that game on a Monday night. Monday afternoon, I have a meeting and I'm focused and I don't have to watch the game. So, of course, my donkey of the week. Ooh, my first donkey of the week. Man like Brendan Rodgers. This man is tanking Leicester. It's like Leicester are trying to get overall draft pick for next season. They are tanking so badly. So they are purposely trying to blow up the team and start over again. Hi, Brendan Rodgers. Big donkey. They look really, really bad. Leicester are in free fall. And this is continued from last season. Yeah. Second donkey goes to Tuchel. What's wrong with that man? Doing Royal Rumble. Shake me. Look my eye. Like 3-0 against Leeds. Leeds that was not one of the candidates for relegation. Yeah. He gets my donkey of the week. Okay, who wants to go?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yeah, should I jump in? Yeah. Well,
hold on. I'll let me comment.
Saliba.
Yinka said, Samuel says, for me, I'll judge Arteta come May 2023. Samuel, you don't start again. I'm not giving Arteta yet. All right, cool, no problem. Eddie, kudos to him. Yes, I agree, Yinka. Saliba and Zinchenko, yeah, they've been excellent. Okay, Ola, let's go. Kudos.
Well, I do agree because, like I said, it's really between Rodgers and what's his name? Rodgers and well, we were saying that between two of them and Lampard. But I'll caveat the one for Rodgers because I think they are the only team that have not signed any outfield player this season. So that's the only tiny thing I can just use to hold back on him. I would have called him donkey of the week, Rodgers, but I'll just hold back a little because they've not bought any player except I think they bought a goalkeeper or something. And it's obvious they need a bit of refreshing. I think they're waiting on that Fofana money. They're waiting on that Fofana money from Chelsea. I'm not sure that money is going to arrive because Chelsea probably will go in for Koundé now. That's, Barcelona can't register that guy again. Chelsea probably will go back and take him. So I would have given Rodgers my donkey of the week, but my donkey of the week will go to Mike Dean. Mike Dean that was looking at the screen 4 or 5 times on a replay, and you saw somebody pulling somebody down with like fistful of air. You said nothing. You didn't tell the referee, go and look at the monitor. 2 days later, you're now apologizing. Oh, I should have told him to go to the screen. This is the guy, he just retired as a referee, retired from on-field refereeing, and now he has gone to VAR, and he's doing the same nonsense he was doing while he was on the pitch. So that guy is just a donkey. I've never liked him. I think he likes the attention too much. I don't even know why he came out with that apology. It was a useless apology. Why are you apologizing? You really messed up. So just own it. Was like, maybe I should have told him. No, you are a donkey. Like donkey of the week. Kudos of the week to our Ted Lasso resident in the Premier League. Yes, a match. He said before the match, he said he doesn't know why Tuchel is going to be on the bench. And it's true. Tuchel should have stayed at home because we wouldn't have done any better if he had been at home. Yeah. They chopped 3-0 today. Our Ted Lasso showed him how it was done. Leeds United, they played all the big 6 last season. They lost each game, I think, by 2 or 3 goals each. Almost like 30 goals considered. But now this season, Ted Lasso is in charge. Jesse March inspired them to a 3-0 win. It was a very well-deserved win. And he is getting my kudos of the week. Jesse March.
Okay, good. Who wants to go next?
I will. Kudos of the week. Mine is 3. I'll give 3. One is to Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane, the number 10 for Newcastle, is incredible, man.
Gucci bandana,
whatever.
That guy is always on bandages, man. Yeah. Bandages everywhere.
Yeah.
Set maximum.
The second one has to be Kevin De Bruyne's pass.
Oh goodness. That pass is illegal. Criminal.
I swear.
That pass, unbelievable. That pass is divine. And the third one has to go to the Super Falconets, Nigeria's under 20 women. They've done me well. They've done Africa proud. I think they play in 2 hours. So they've done well. Well. Donkey goes to Tuchel. and Mike Dean. And then I have to add David Nunes for falling for it.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Okay, good one. I got comment. Right, take us home.
All right. Kudos. All I mentioned, Jesse Marsh. I agree with that. Man like Ted Lasso. Second kudos goes to William Saliba after that one goal last week. It's good that he kind of like scored a worldie. So well done to him. Donkey, bruv, man like T squared, bro. I don't know what Thomas Tuchel was doing. You have what's that young defender they have? The one that has like dreads and stuff.
Chalobah.
You have Chalobah on the bench, you have Aspilicueta on the bench, right? But you displace and play Ruben Loftus-Cheek at right wing back. I don't know what he was doing. And you could see how Reece James became active in the second half when he switched Reece James to right back. But I don't know what Tuchel is doing, and also because I know he wasn't in the squad today. I don't know why Chelsea fans are making noise. I don't know why Tuchel is making noise. Armando Broja is a good striker. I don't know why he's not being considered as a decent replacement for Lukaku. Like, it's not even one of those things where he spent last season in Spain or in Italy or in Turkey or something where people can say, "Oh, but this is the Premier League." He was at Southampton. He was in your backyard, and you saw everything he was doing at Southampton, and yet you can't bring him into your team. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on over there. Donkey of the week, second donkey of the week. I'm proactively giving donkey of the week to man like Harry Maguire. Proactively giving donkey of the week to Luke Shaw, because I know what I'm going to get tomorrow. So do with that information what you will.
Okay. Yeah, so you can't listen.
I agree with that. Especially since we gave the hair so much stick last week.
Yeah, he has to get it too. That's good talk. Good talk, Yinka.
For everyone supporting us in the comments, Sammy, Dada, Yinka, and all the people that, the ones I don't know your names, that you put your names. Thanks for supporting us. We come to the end. Oga Kwame, as always.
Happy to be here. Always.
Hola. Itata. Yan.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. We're wrapping up already.
Okay, sorry.
The end, of the show. So, you have a Kudos and Donkey before you go, Yan?
Ooh. Donkey would definitely be Mendy for that. Whatever that was. I don't know what that was. I'm trying to think. That Leeds player, Rodrigo, he's been good since he came.
I agree.
So yeah, I'd say him.
He has like 4 goals now, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's top of the list.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably him.
Okay. I thought you were going to call the KDB pass.
That KDB pass. Woo-hoo. Oh my god.
It's very effective.
But I don't think overall he had the best game. Like
That's fine.
It was a great game.
That's fair.
Yeah, very good.
Thanks for coming on, Yan.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Comments. We are out. See you guys later.
Guys.